everyone, it's Mohammed. Welcome back to the channel. We're doing amazing. Hope you guys having fun. Okay, so I really wanna reflect on if you guys are following me on TikTok. I don't know if you guys like do, but if you do follow me on TikTok, this is where I post my daily stuff. That's really amazing. It's just me talking, whatever, doing my daily things. One thing I really wanna reflect is that focusing on yourself is the best thing ever. Where it comes from is daily wise, you're reflecting on yourself. It feels so smoothing. Ignoring all the negative thoughts, ignoring all the drama and all that stuff. Sometimes what you need in life, it's you being on your own and really relieving that thoughts in your head, and then you feel overwhelmed, lots of stuff. If you're someone like me, who has a busy home 24/7, my house is alhamdulillah, mashallah, it's really really good. Reflecting of how much I'm really grateful and have really lots of gratitude, and then having lots of people in my house. Sometimes it just feels I run out of energy to have to do this, that. My mom's a diabetic, so it's just I have to cook her a meal that's a very good for a diabetic. It's not I can just not give her anything that I want. So it's just me reflecting on myself, being a smooth. So as I was saying, reflecting on yourself and ghosting is not the best idea. Sorry, I got interrupted wherever I am. It's never a free time for myself, and to just talk about myself. So, and then ghosting it's not a really good idea, but sometimes you do need for yourself. And if you do need yourself, make sure you do go out and be yeah, this is me, reflecting, have relaxment moment for yourself. But sometimes it just feels so illegal to do that, because when you're constantly feel yeah, you're doing this, that, and then your head is automatically charged with those things that you're doing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're constantly onto that hole, and then once you try to pull out yourself from that hole, and you be oh, okay, I think I haven't done something, and it feels so illegal. You shouldn't feel so illegal, because that it's okay to just relieve yourself and let yourself go. And then because you're giving yourself a permission, and then it's believing in yourself, where you belong in a certain place where you feel free, and then that path is where you're not used to. Put yourself out there and be okay, this is me, this time is for myself. But if you guys are somebody who's always alone, don't you guys chill, relax, don't have that big environment where everything just makes you very busy. It's okay, even though then you should those times you feel alone, you don't have nothing, you have no friends, no nothing, go out, make a friends. It's so easy. One thing for me, it's right now, is to make friends, because I'm really outgoing person, and I like talking to people, that's one of the things that's best thing I'm really good at. But if you're not really good at making friends, and it's so hard to make friends, and I understand, because when I was really young, I couldn't make no friends. I was a really 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 shy person. I can do nothing. It's just, I don't know why I didn't make friends when I was young, because that was just a part of me that was oh, okay, you're it's just too shy. I was a very shy girl, and then I remember when I was really young and trying to make friends, but then our friend didn't work out, because that girl was just such a naughty girl that she did some stuff, she just kind of hit me, and then oh, my parents oh, my siblings, they try to make fun of me when I was young, because oh, little girl just beat you up, da da da. I was okay, whatever. And since then, I was I felt so much of a time of trauma that I couldn't make friends. So I was you know what, I'm not making friends. Even in high school. High school was for me a little bit a slow ride, because I didn't connect with a lot of people, But it's just after high school I did connect with like a bunch of people. That's where like I found myself outgoing, and then be like, okay, I put myself out there at the box. I made my sister's friends as my friends, so I took my sister's friends and then made them my friends because they were just like close to me, around me. They're like not the same age, but like sort of same mindset. Like girls deals with those stuff. Can you shut up? And then so it's just those times I really kind of like struggled with myself too, because like it's really strange how like I was like talking to my cousin yesterday, and then like he told me like, what's your like favorite moment in your whole life? I tell you one thing, I cannot like name one best moment of my life that made me tearful and cry and tearful, and like I was like really happy. This is how bad my trauma covered everything. It's just so sad how just like it's just locked up, and I was like like a hole where it's just like my whole life is just like closed, and like that path didn't go through. And then it's just like, where do I start? What do I say? Like who I really am, like who I am, and what do I do, and like what's up with me, Like I can answer that question. And I was like, there, and I just figure out like with myself, like, oh, I do need to figure out things for myself. I do like need like something to say. Like I must have something nice favorite. And everybody, I think they must have like a good moments in their life. I think they have like the best time of their life, something. But for me, I think I do have, but I just don't see it on the light, because it's just not shining on the light like this but because it's just the traumas, all that things are covering from it. If you're dealing with those things, like you really don't know yourself. It's strange how someone else can ask you those questions and you really don't have that like right away answer. Like I can point it out, that's fine, and because that really means like you need to start getting ready for yourself. You know what I mean? Get ready for yourself, to know yourself, and to know what was your favorite moments, and what makes you really happy. Who's my favorite person? Who do I like? Who do I don't like? Maybe there's some people in your life that are toxic. They're just covering all these things. You're just so busy and crowded in one spot, and like you one lonely person. Whatever, all these person. I felt in my whole life sometimes like I was in a whole group of friends, and it's just like deep inside I was like I was like, okay, I'm a very outgoing person. I like this. I like talking with this, that. But deep inside, a person is really happy in this life. A person is really happy. They've been through so much to the point where they can just show you a part of their life. Oh, they're like, I'm having fun. I'm this, that. But like a person that's like really sad, at one point in their life, they were like really happy person. They're a very funny person. They're a really outgoing person. They used to be like that, but the trauma is whole up and paddle up, and it's just covering it. And then just be like, okay, wait, like there must be something wrong, like and it's just like subhanallah. Just like for me, I've kind of reflected on like focusing with my God. God is such a healing thing for a human being. It's like something that you really need. Don't let someone misjudge you just because you don't wear hijab, just because you dress a certain way, just because you if you talk to a guy, it doesn't make you're not a Muslim. The Muslim comes from inside the heart. Don't let someone like say, oh, you're not. 1 second, let me close this. Anyways, yeah, that was too loud. Anyways, it's just some people do reflect on you and how they mistreat you. You know what I mean? So let's go back to the A1 that we were talking about, like the ghosting. Is that the ghosting part is just for healing for yourself. I'm not saying block everybody. Don't do take out everybody in your whole life. I'm not saying that. It's just like I'm just talking about the part of yourself where you don't associate with, like hanging out a lot, dealing with this person. Don't make other people's problem your problem, because your problem is enough for your own. That's it. Your own problem is where you should be dealing. The only problem like you should be solving, it's yours, not other people. Other people's not your business. The other people's worries is not your worries. Okay, I get some other friends are like, you do worry about your other friends, like their worries, you make them your worry, and which that's like a whole puddle of you, and it's stressing you, and again it's putting you to a hole. I do not want you to go to a hole. Get out and do something for yourself and be like, you know what, I'm doing self time out with myself. Associate with yourself, talk with yourself, going out with yourself. It's kind of boring, yes, if a person you never ever hang out with yourself, but the amount of much of healing, the amount of time that you like be like, okay, like this time is just for me, that I can be like, okay, this is so good. I don't have to fight with nobody. It's not like a big fight that I'm talking about, but it's just like something that's like paranoia. Like I'm sure like there's people, they do get like paranoia of like, oh my god, like why am I carrying all these stuff? Whatever you hear, you tolerate it. Whatever you hear, like you must like take it out from the other ear and then be like, okay, out. Like, you know, you just take it from the other ear. You don't just like keep it inside and then like it builds up, and then now it's definitely now you're just like a whole next person. Like you can't just get out, you know. And if you live in a toxic household, that thing like really prevents you from being yourself. Because if you're in a toxic household, I understand the type of a toxic household like a person could be in, because just because you're in that toxic hole in your life, it doesn't mean that you are a toxic person. You must be like a very different person in your whole life, but you just didn't notice, right? You just didn't notice just because someone is holding you back. That toxic household is like holding you back from experiencing, doing this, doing that, going out, doing this, doing that. You know what I mean? Anything it can be. Maybe you had like an opportunity for a job, for opportunity to go on an event, to go on a trip, to go school trip, whatever it could be. But that toxic hold is holding you back from a lot of things. What you're gonna do in that part is like maybe find the first thing you gotta do is, I'm not even lying to you, get a job. It seems so hard to get a job. Where I live right now in Canada, it's just so hard to get a job. It's just, I feel like no matter what, you have to print like 100 CVs, okay, like resumes. You print 100 resumes and then be like, okay, I'm gonna put this place. One out of that all 100 of resumes, one place might call you, even though if the money is like 13 or 14 or 17, take it, because you would want to like have that free mentality, free income in your whole self. Even if you can buy like a cup for yourself, you know, there's something in here, but if you can buy a cup for yourself, like a drink, you know, if you can get a drink for yourself, that's really good, you know. That can make you relieve of your own mental peace. You get that and you're mentally free. You're doing it. You're doing so good job, because you're doing something for yourself where you can make yourself busy. Sometimes, like, even though like when there's a house that's very strictness, I'm gonna talk about next time, like a video where I talk about a strict household, because that's a lot of conversation to talk about. Like, you know, if you guys want to talk about like a strict household, let me know, because I will. Okay, so a strict household, I'll talk about it, but just give me time, and I will upload it. Like, I just love like sitting down and talking to you guys, because why not? That's like one thing that I like really enjoy doing. And so like it's like sounds like a podcast thing. In my household, I just don't have a like empty place and to sit down and just talk to you guys, because it's just like it's all the time busy. So it's just like one thing I struggled, and everything what I could do is right now just sit down, talk to you guys, let things out, give you guys advice, and like we go in the struggle together. One thing I do loving is just talking to you guys, sitting down and giving you advice. Podcasting probably could be a podcasting, even though if it's like a boring, you can just skip it up all the half of the words. But at least like when I'm doing it for myself, it is that I know one day I will get there. One day I would be at places that I dream to be, and I would want you guys to manifest the place that you want to be too. You know, go on Pinterest. The one thing that I know, like we're not rich, okay, we're not rich, but go on Pinterest, and then like Pinterest has the best thing ever. Like you guys can just like put the photos on your file, like your list, like, you know, how your house looks like, your kitchen looks like, cars, whatever your dream car. I have a whole setup of in Pinterest where it makes me feel like, okay, in the back of my head, I know that it's crazy how the manifestation in Pinterest is working, honestly. So do that, and just like me, if you guys enjoy doing Pinterest is the shit. I love it. And we're gonna talk about next time in next video about, like, I don't know how these flies are just getting here sometimes. It's just so annoying. Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a good talk, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.